A judge in Miami has sentenced ex-police chief of Biscayne Park, Florida, for the crime of pinning unsolved crimes on innocent black people. Now, the ex-chief's name was Raimundo Atesiano, 52, was handed 3 years in prison on November 26 for conspiracy to deprive individuals of their civil rights. Atesiano had been facing a maximum of 10-year sentence. Officers Guillermo Ravelo, Charlie Dayoub and Raul Fernandez all pleaded guilty and cooperated in the case against Atesiano for falsely arresting 3 black men without any evidence or probable cause in an effort to clear all reported burglaries in the area. Now, I was noticing not only the crime, but the names. And we're noticing that a lot of people are siding with the white supremacists against black people. We're noticing that, especially some of those in the Latino community. And my wife has said many times, a lot of them have a lot of racist ideas and they don't like black people. Now, my thing is, I said this many times before, black folks ain't done nobody anything. You can't point to me one thing that black folks has done as a collective to no race of people. None. Everybody have a hatred for the black man. Everybody. And the black woman. Sure, some people may like us, but we constantly keep seeing this. My thing is, our leaders in the past would always speak up about anything that happened to not only us, but people in Raul Fernandez community. But yeah, you wanted to put crimes on brothers. And yet these same people that you are always trying to be against, when the white folks talking about build a wall, and when they talk about illegal immigration, what does an illegal look like? To them, an illegal is you. And they'll round you up and throw you out of the country too. That's why a lot of black folks have been getting on that tip about like, man, shoot, build that wall, because they're seeing things like this constantly coming up. Now, it's one thing to talk about the white supremacists, but you're seeing more and more of this white supremacist 2.0 with these other non-black groups coming against black folks and doing things like this, because this is stupid. This is completely stupid. When the white supremacists don't like nobody but themselves. Now, on top of that, his scheme centered on his department crime solving rate. He touted his unit's 100% clearance rate for burglary. Targets selected by the former police chief were known to have criminal backgrounds that weren't randomly chosen, Atesiano's attorney claimed. Now, they said that he instructed cops to arrest a 16-year-old, okay, knowing that there was no evidence and no lawful basis to support such charges. The team was charged with 4 unsolved burglaries committed at homes in the area. The following year, the police chief hit another victim with burglary charges without any legal standing, according to the Justice Department. Now, they talk about the officers said that Atesiano wanted unsolved crimes pinned on black people. He said that if they have burglaries that are open cases that are not solved yet, if you see anybody black walking through our streets and they have somewhat of a record, arrest them so we could pin them for all the burglaries. That's what a police officer said in an internal probe order in 2014. So now they stated that the state attorney, Catherine Fernandez Rundle, told the news, putting arrest statistics above the rights of innocent man instead of working to protect all citizens, undermine the safety goals of every Miami-Dade Police Department officer. So the other cops, they pled guilty in the case. They got 1 year in prison, and the third got 27 months behind bars. So that's not much of nothing. That's nothing. 3 years and 1 year. No, what they should have got is the sentences like black folks get. They should have got 30 years and 10 years for the so-called nonviolent offenses. Now, and they violated civil rights. But this attack on black folk, and I'm gonna keep talking about this, and I'm gonna call this stuff out because we have people who watch our channel from all communities, okay, from all, not just black folk. But we need some people within the Latino community to start calling this mess out within your own community. Because some people ask, why blacks and some Latinos having issues? But the thing is, we ain't starting the crap as black folk. We always being reactionary. We don't treat nobody different. We always the most loving group of people I've ever seen. And we are loving to a fault. But why would you come over here and side with the white supremacists? Why? When they know good and well at the end of the day, they don't want you, they don't want me, they don't want anybody. They don't. They only want themselves. But this mess, you know, I'm not saying this guy represents all Latinos, because I know people say, you trying to say all? No, no one represents all. But we've seen that, and this is a pattern we're going to have to discuss, that this bigotry that's happening against black folks, not just coming from the white supremacists. It's coming from some in the Latino communities, coming from some in the Arab, Asian, and whatever else too. And then when you have your talking points, you're mimicking the white supremacists. And yes, we have to call that mess out. That's why a lot of black folks say, hey, you're on your own with that immigration crap. Let Trump do what he want to do. Let Trump deport. That's why they're saying it, because of things like this. Once again, it was not a white man that did this. This was Hispanics. I don't know if they were Cuban. Maybe y'all know. It's like it's Florida. Maybe they were Cuban. But I know they probably, for sure, probably wasn't Mexican. But I think maybe more Cuban or whatever. And if you look at this guy, you know, he do not like no white man. He looked like I mean, the way he looked, he like a doggone cholo. The way he got his mustache and everything. But you want to pin it on innocent black people and black people. He didn't say just look anybody. He got a record, just get them. No, black people. You know why black people? Because no one cares about black people. It's okay to mass incarcerate black people. Black people may not have the legal defense because they don't have the money to do so. So that's pinning on black people. And everybody hates black people. So let's just go ahead and do that. This is part of living in that Jim Crow system. And this is why a lot of folks are saying, hey, I agree with Trump. We need to shut down immigration completely. Because anyone that's coming in, they're not helping us or siding with us no way. So what's the point? This is why people are saying it. I'm just telling you why people are saying it, if they can't tell you. Because some people tell you in a very hateful way, and they'll call names and etc. I'm not for the name calling it stupid. I believe in expressing my points. And my point is, we getting with it from all sides. And that mess has to stop. Those of you who say you're not that way, we need to deal with those in your community who are that way. Because I tell anybody, you don't want black folks to get at you and turn against you, because everybody cries and we go that route. Because we are very fierce when it comes against racism, bigotry, etc. Now this message is sickening. It is very, very sick. But leave me a comment, let me know think about this particular story about the innocent brothers and teens being locked up and these cops getting charges put on them. Like I said, they learn from the best, of course, because let's make sure we send it back to the white supremacists have always planted evidence and did these things to innocent brothers. Just these that learned from them got caught.